Very good evening to one and all. My name is Kishan. I'm a contractual bank employee in Gujarat, and I'm studying a post graduation course, an MBA from a certain university. And I just completed my first term in the MBA, and I read somewhere about Dr. Richard Feynman and his famous Feynman technique. So, according to the Feynman technique, the best way to learn something is to teach what you have learned to others. So, according to following the Feynman technique, let's start with our MBA series and let's first learn what is management or who are managers. So, management is, let's use a mnemonic. Let's use a easy to grasp mnemonic for understanding what is management. So, to answer this question, management is PO.LC or post office looks cool. Management is nothing but POLC. And what is POLC? POLC means post office looks cool. Now, don't get me wrong. This is just a mnemonic. Mnemonics means you will be able to easily understand what is management. That's why I use a mnemonic. This is a mnemonic. Okay, so now let's get little bit more technical, and let's think little bit more technically, and understand what really is management. So a minute ago I told you that management is post office looks cool. So post P for post, O for office, L for looks, and cool, C for cool. So what does P stands for? In the definition of management, P stands for planning. What does O stands for? So O stands for organizing. What does L stands for? L stands for leadership. And finally, what does C stands for? So C stands for control. So technically speaking, this is what management is, and this is who managers are. Management means planning, organizing, leadership, and control to achieve a certain goal. This is what management is, and this is who managers are. Got it? So let's take these four functions. These are four functions of management. Let's understand these functions step by step. First one is planning. Why is planning necessary? Because as a manager, if I'm allocated a certain goal to be accomplished by my senior, then what will be the very first thing which will I will perform? I will gather together my team and I will plan. So why is planning important? Because planning gives a clear direction for accomplishing your goal. Understood? Now let's understand the second function. The second function, as I told you, is organizing. Organizing helps. Organizing helps allocate the resources for accomplishing your goal. Understood? Now, two more functions are remaining for us to understand what really management is. So, now let's get on with the third function of management, which is leadership. Now, friends, when you speak about leadership, many of us have certain misconceptions in our mind regarding leaders and managers. Many of us thinks that leaders are no, very egoistic people who sit in their office chairs and give orders and throw tantrums, give orders. They behave like dictators, but that's not who leaders are. In fact, true leaders are the ones. Leadership in leadership, true leaders are the ones, true leaders are the ones who inspire their team and support their team for accomplishing their goal. Understood? This is who true leaders are, and this is what true leadership looks like. If in any organization a leader's behavior is like a tyrant, he all he does is scolds people, yells at people, shouts at people, micromanages everyone, plays Machiavellian politics. He is not a true leader at all. The true leaders, the true leader is the one who supports his teams whenever and how, in whichever way he can or she can or they can. And the true leaders are the ones who inspire their people, fill the entire charge the entire team with enthusiasm. That is what is the true meaning of leadership. So now only the last function of management is remaining, and the last function is control. What is control? Via control, managers assess the result. This is why control is needed. So this is where this function is where a manager needs to be little more strict, not in the negatives or the toxic way of sense of way, but in a more organic, more holistic way. It is the manager's responsibility to check how each and every employee in his team or her team is performing. So he checks the daily, how much each employee of his or her has performed on the daily basis, so that their goal can be accomplished more as efficiently as much it can in the less amount of time with the least amount of resources. So this is what management is. So now anyone asks you what management is, what will you say? Management is, let's bring our mnemonic again for making this lecture little more light-hearted. Management is POLC. And what is POLC, you may ask? So as you might be knowing now, POLC means nothing but post office looks cool. And what does this mnemonic stands for? This is a mnemonic, right? This is not the literal definition of management. This is just a mnemonic for all of you to easily understand what a management is. So as I explained you a minute ago, management is, now speaking technically in the language of business and commerce, management is P, planning, organizing, leadership, and control. So that was all for today. If you are still watching my video, and if you have watched my video up till this, thank you so much. This really means a lot for me. If you like my video, I very earnestly request you, all of you, to please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon, click a like, throw a like on my video, share this video, comment on this video. Thank you uh, for watching my video. Jai Hind.
If you like my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon.